Happy Wednesday, guys. I have absolutely missed you all. I hope everybody is having an amazing Wednesday. I am having a good time. Today, I'm at home. One of the sparks of being a nurse is that every day can be a weekend and any day can be a weekday. So today I'm at home. I have like 4 free days. The next time I go to work is on Saturday afternoon. So this is actually nice for me. So let's get into the topic of today. So this is actually a question from one of my subscribers. Hi Sue. So she kind of asked me like about moving to Finland. Like she was more interested in the au pair program and she wanted to kind of know what are the process and what are the requirements of coming here. Although she knew something about it, she just wanted me to speak something about like ways to come to Europe or to come to Finland. And I thought that instead of me just covering the whole au pair thing, then I would talk about even just generally what ways can you come here. Now I kind of wrote it down because I can't remember everything, so I will start with the au pair. So for those people who don't know what the au pair means, it's just you coming to another country, being kind of like a nanny sort of, but you also have a lot of your free time. Like you don't work full time, you live with those people, they feed you, they pay you, and it's more of a cultural exchange than being a nanny. So the pay might not be that much, but what you gain from it is the culture, living somewhere else other than your own country, and you are supposed to be there for around a year. And especially like in Finland, the requirements are you have to be 17 to 30 years old. Have I met people who have been au pairs? Of course, I have met someone or some people who have been au pairs who came here as au pairs, and the whole question was because the requirements are you have to be here for a year. What happens if you really don't want to leave? Is it easy to transition into the system? So from what I have heard from people who have been au pairs, it is very difficult to transition from being an au pair to being a student, because the system is kind of structured that you only have to be there for 1 year and then you go back to your own home country. However, where there is a will, I believe always there is a way. If you want something so bad, I think you can find a way around it. Why I'm saying this is because I have met people who have been au pairs and who have been able to beat the system, who are now working as nurses, working in the business world, and have actually even been able to study in the countries where they were au pairs. Now, for me, I think, and from what I understand, is most of the people make the big mistake of when they move to their country of choice where they want to be au pairs, they kind of neglect the whole point of learning the culture and learning the language, only because the host family is maybe speaking in English. And by the time you realize that you might want to study in that particular country, it's usually too late, because 1 year is a very short time. But also 1 year is a very long time if you really focus and you know what you really want. So is it possible to stay? Absolutely. But I think your priority would be, example, if you're moving to Finland, find yourself a language school, study their culture, and really check out the university things that they are offering. So number 2 is studies. Now, especially me coming here to Finland, studies were for free. And I did my entrance exams in Kenya. Now, by the time I was coming here, there were around 3 countries that were offering entrance examinations in Africa. Unfortunately, as of now, it's only 1 country that's offering the entrance examination, which is Kenya. And that is why I would say if you're a Kenyan and you kind of have a dream to study maybe in Finland, you can like grab the chance now, because if they have shut down all the centers and only Kenya is left, you don't know about tomorrow. Maybe it will not be there. So unfortunately, for you, you also have to pay the fee. But the good thing is we always assume that the fee would be really expensive. Somehow we assume just because it's Europe and it's in euros that it's gonna be really expensive. But did you know that countries like France, for example, you just need around 2,770 euros to study your bachelor's and around 3,770 euros to study a master's program, and that's like a year. And don't forget, like people like me who studied in Catholic University, we paid around the same amount of money per year to just be in school. So if your dream, I'm not saying in any way or form that our Kenyan education is lacking, but if you ever have a dream to study abroad, don't always assume that everything is so expensive. Another country that I will mention is Germany. I don't know whether it still applies, but German education, as of when I checked last, was free for the international students. However, now there is a catch. You need to have a certain level of the German language. But hey, if you're Kenyan and you're really determined to, as for example, go to Germany, we have the Goethe Institute in Nairobi, where you can take the language courses and then come to Germany. Now, you will have to pay for your own expenses, and it might feel like it's kind of expensive, but if you're really hardworking, those are things that you can actually cater for your own self. You can go to work, study, pay for your own needs. You don't always need your parents to do that for you. Now, another country I'll mention is Sweden. Sweden still has a lot of scholarships. You just need to find where and how. Now, Finland, I would say the education is quite fair. It's not free, but the fee is actually really fair. And it ranges from about 5,000 to 12,000 euros per year. But the catch is most schools actually offer you kind of a scholarship whereby if you, at the end of the year, did 55 credits out of 60, which they already arranged for you that you should do 60 credits. If you do 55 of those, then they kind of slash your fee by half. So you only have to pay half of it. So if the fee was around 5,000, then you only have to pay 2,500, which for me is quite fair. And if you're really hardworking, I don't understand why you wouldn't reach the 55 credits mark, of which, by the way, if you really need to renew your residence permit for the next year to be able to live in Finland, the police also, was it the police or the magistrate or magistrate, the people who check these cards, if you get what I mean, they also check, like, you should have around 49 credits. So it kind of pushes you as well to really reach the 55 credit mark. Now, if you are really hardworking and you find a job, I really calculated this, and I would tell you that it's very possible to actually even be able to pay your school fee for the next year. Now, another country that I will mention is Norway. As of now, Norway still has free education for international students as well. Now, if you're a Kenyan, you don't even need to do the IELTS tests or the TOEFLs in most of the universities. So that's really a good thing. So, and also in Canada, they have very affordable education. You just need to find where. And if you're really interested, these are all things that you can find in the internet. Now, I'll go to the third way that you can come here, also through exchange. I have seen people like from Maseno University who have actually come to Finland as exchange students. Finland has good cooperation with Kenya, where they bring their students here and they take their students there. And if you're really interested, that's something you could actually apply for. And maybe coming here, you can see what is offered here and you can decide, do you want to come here maybe for your master's, or do you think, okay, this is not a good idea? But you will never know until you try. The other way is being an expatriate. Now, an expatriate is an expat who has something that that country doesn't have. And a lot of Africans, we think that we fall short, but I have met, you guys, a lot of African expatriates because we are smart. We are book smart. we are book ready. We are really smart people. We have masters, we have PhDs, and we study sometimes in areas where in another country they do not have like the staff or the experts in that area, and those jobs are actually even online if you go to look for them. And it's very easy for you to just transition, come and work here or somewhere in Europe for a while if you're interested in. And they're there, you guys. These are not things that I'm just making up. These are things that are there. So anyway, I really hope this helps. If you have any question, for example, about how I moved here, the requirements from the embassy, what I needed to do, how I went about it, don't feel shy to ask. And this is not a video to shun or to make it look like being in Africa is a bad thing. This is just for those people who really have a dream and would want to study abroad or live abroad or experience something other than what they have experienced all their lives. There is always a way, guys. You just need to find out how. Have a nice Wednesday.